This is bigger than basketball. None of us win until we all do. So we'll always fight like hell. This is bigger than one name on a jersey or hashtag. When you see us, know that we're representing for all of them. This is bigger than our jump shots. This is bigger than our stats. This is bigger than our championships. We're the WNBA, and we're bigger than ball.
We welcome you to Bradenton, Florida, home of IMG Academy, where tonight, for the second time in 3 days, the Phoenix Mercury and Connecticut Sun take the floor. And with just 6 days until the start of the WNBA playoffs, the Mercury and Sun have each clinched spots in the playoffs, but still playing for seeding as there's plenty left, as both teams set to play their second to last game of the regular season. And with that, we welcome you into tonight's telecast. Sean Salisbury and Leah Secondo with you. And Leah, we had a great matchup between these two teams the other day where Connecticut's defense was the story in a 15-point win. And as each team looks to pick up another crucial win down the stretch, we once again have a great battle between the two players of the week in the WNBA.
The top performers, and why not? They really did showcase their talents on Monday night. We expect nothing less than these two, and Dewana Bonner for the Eastern Conference recognized, and Skylar Diggins-Smith of Phoenix for the Western Conference. First for Diggins-Smith, she is on a tear right now, averaging 23.8 points per game, averaging those 5 assists per game, and 3 threes per game over the last 6. A season high 30 during this stretch, and oh yeah, just 5 consecutive 20-plus games. Skylar Diggins-Smith is focused and hungry. She's playing with the heart of a lion right now. On the flip side, for Connecticut, they have their 8-time Player of the Week, twice in the Eastern Conference, with Dewana Bonner. Recognized with impressive numbers, 23 points per game. She's shooting about 94% from the line. You can see Dewana Bonner play a little point guard role tonight for this depleted Connecticut squad that's also on a roll.
No Jasmine Thomas, no Breon January. So a couple of young guards, Natisha Heidemann and Kyla Charles in the starting 5 for Kurt Miller. Meanwhile, for Phoenix, a shortened bench once again for Sandy Brondello. But the starting 5 once again has come up clutch, even after having their 6-game win streak snapped on Monday. And basically, Sandy Brondello said, you know, give a lot of the credit to the Sun. They made us uncomfortable from the tip. And after 17 turnovers turned into 22 Connecticut points, Phoenix never led in that game Monday and now looks to bounce back as they are currently 5th in the standings. Kurt Miller saying too that, you know, we have an opportunity to move up as well. We get to have the luxury of deciding how we want to play out these last couple of games tonight and on Friday when the regular season wraps up for each of these two teams. The pressure is on in the final week of the regular season. Brianna Jones and Brianna Turner to jump. Zap won by the Mercury. Nearly a turnover right away. Our officiating crew tonight, Byron Jarrett, Matt Callio, and Jeff Smith. Walker Kimbrough feeds Turner. The #1 field goal shooter in the league this year. A little too strong there.
I wouldn't be surprised, Sean, if we see both teams trying to attack the paint, try to get some extra stops on the clock with some fouls called, give themselves a little bit more of a breather than last game at the line with both sides depleted.
End of the shot clock. Heidemann, great cross in the lane. That puts it in at the end of the shot clock. Extra pass. What a cut by Vaughn.
Kia Vaughn was uncertain of whether she would even be playing tonight. Also struggling through injuries. Good to see Kia out on the floor. Big piece on their inside game.
Very small front court for Phoenix. No Alana Smith and no Nia Coffey off the bench. Diggins-Smith spins inside and lays it in.
Going to work with her lunch pail is Skylar Diggins-Smith, turning that defense into offense. I think that is certainly a key for Phoenix tonight. Get things going and spurred, trying to get Connecticut not in the flow defensively to be able to match up.
Well, this is already a good start, Leah, because Phoenix didn't lead at all in that game on Monday. And after back-to-back baskets, it's a 4-2 ball game for the Mercury. Yvonne, who has been crucial to the ascent of this Phoenix ball club. Bonner on the inbound, off the rim. Taurasi, who struggled shooting on Monday, can't connect on her first shot, but an offensive rebound for Turner. Back to a wide open Taurasi, and MVP hits her first 3 of the game after going 1 of 9 on Monday.
I think for Phoenix tonight, Sean, it's going to be imperative for them to get into a flow. When they get into a flow, and it's a foul call on the floor, when they get into a flow of their game, defenses struggle. On the flip side, as we take a look at Monday's final numbers and how Connecticut was able to exploit the paint and where the Mercury struggled from the field, Phoenix never felt comfortable trying to run their offense, and that is a lot of credit to Connecticut. They've never allowed them to get the ball.
With space, Connecticut can't knock it down. And a chance for Phoenix to run, much more energized. And playing good to start. Back-to-back threes by Diana Taurasi forced a Kurt Miller timeout. After falling behind 9-0 on Monday, it's Phoenix who has been the aggressor early. Each game, there's a moment of recognition, and you can't say enough about how all these 12 teams have come together. And now, in the final week of the regular season, Leah, we can now really reflect and start to understand what all these initiatives the teams have done and the impact they've made, not only as athletes, but off the floor in their communities.
And off the floor in their communities is the most important thing, and around the country, and having the discussions and continuing the discussions and keeping those lights burning constantly, not just throughout the WNBA season, but for many years to come. And they're adamant about it, they're passionate about it, and you know, some of the leaders in our country as far as bringing those thoughts alive and having those conversations.
After Diana Taurasi's quick threes, Sun find themselves trailing by 8. Bonner can't can it out of the timeout, but fighting for the offensive board, Alyssa Thomas slips inside. And now resetting, Charles. couldn't get a clean grab there, and it'll stay for another potential second chance basket for Connecticut.
Tell you what, much better interior defense to start this game by Phoenix. Really forcing that ball to be put out to the perimeter.
Heidemann. In and out. Now Diggins-Smith brings it up. Diana Taurasi said on Monday that we just got our butts kicked, plain and simple. No excuses, but Connecticut was clearly better for those 40 minutes. But off to start, Kia Vaughn lays it in again.
Kia Vaughn been there to clean it up. And that has been Kia Vaughn's MO throughout this season. She's been consistent that way, Sean. She comes up with the big buckets when Phoenix needs it.
And has been a very consistent scoring presence since she was moved into the starting lineup after the departures of Bria Hartley and Brittany Griner this season.
Kia Vaughn ability to crash the boards, getting right in position right away, certainly having the height advantage there, and really a simple board and a putback. Offensive boards also key, something Phoenix wasn't able to accomplish.
Great defense and a block from Alyssa Thomas. Bonner steps through. Oh, how do you even stop that? What a step through by Bonner to end the Phoenix run.
You know, DeWanna Bonner just had a great coaching moment there to any young basketball player really with aspirations. Anybody probably would have just stopped and popped from there, but taking that long step and stride that DeWanna Bonner has certainly put her inside the paint quickly for an opportunity. 3-second defensive call on Connecticut, and also on that really stings, Sean, is the Mercury will retain possession of the basketball.
You don't want to give them too many freebies. Taurasi, one of the best free throw shooters yet again this season. Long pass to Walker Kimbrough. Off the back iron, and Jones, with a better box out this time around, secures the rebound.
You know, what's really cool about this back-to-back, I think, is it gives the players going into the playoffs an opportunity of a little playoff feel. Back-to-backs, prepping, you know, with one night's rest for your opponent, and how you adjust. You know, for Phoenix, they want to come out and have a better start and turn around with a win, play more consistently than they did in game one. Connecticut wants to mount on it.
Well, the big thing, too, is Phoenix went 7 of 26 from 3 in that first game. And you see the numbers on the board right now. The deep ball helping build a 12-point first quarter lead is Heidemann struggling to get her shot going. Taurasi calls for it and draws the foul. Best to ever do it. So crafty and so cerebral in each of her movements. Had to think that DeWanna Bonner picked up a couple of things in her 10 years in Phoenix.
Good friends, too. Good friends there. And the emotion, obviously, that DeWanna Bonner expressed to us Monday night following that game, so from the heart. And while, you know, such a great competitor, and also with the feeling of her friend as well and her teammates. But she wants to beat the heck out of you once that Clark starts, and that's the way to be as a fierce competitor.
Yeah, even she and Sandy Brondello said it wasn't as weird as we may have thought, or, you know, some of us who like to hype up those fun rematches where you play against your former team for the first time. They said, you know, you play in the Olympics and you play overseas, you kind of get used to it at a certain point.
Yep.
And, you know, Sandy Brondello, no hard feelings, saying that she's so excited that DeWanna has really blossomed into a great leader and playing like an MVP candidate as she lays it in for 2.
You know, it's just too bad for all these teams, as Sophie Cunningham makes it look easy, that it's just too bad for all these teams that they can't play in front of their home crowds this year. It's been great with the experience of all these games being on TV, but my goodness, they'll be excited to get home and play in front of the home crowd.
Well, Connecticut on Monday held the Mercury to 70 points. See, not an easy thing to do with all the weapons like Diana Taurasi and Skylar Diggins-Smith. And looking back to their true form here in the first quarter with a 14-point lead.
You don't want to wake that, or nudge that bear, I should say. And Diana Taurasi struggled from three-point land. She's not going to do that consistently night in and night out. Was 1 for 9 from three-point land in the last meeting on Monday night. Already 2 for 3.
Cunningham just picked up her first foul, and now bumping and shoving inside. This time the foul call on Diggins-Smith, her first. Third on Phoenix in the quarter. Inside Essence, Carson puts it in off the nice feed. Remember, Connecticut without 2 of its starters tonight, Jasmine Thomas and Breon January.
They're so depleted as Dewana tries to throw a Cam Newton there.
My bad, guys.
My bad. But, you know, Connecticut's so depleted that they actually ran 6 different people at point guard today in their shoot-around. So you may see a bevy of people at the point guard, but versatility always wins out, and Diana Taurasi's threes at that range usually wins out.
#1 in three-pointers made this year. And now with 3 in the first quarter. Layup won't go. Mom Premier's putback won't go, but she's fouled.
Typical Diana Taurasi working off of that screen at the other end off of Jones and Turner, and you know, that comes easy for Taurasi. 2, 3, 4, 5 steps from beyond the arc. The further she gets, the easier it flows, and especially when she's in motion like that.
Doesn't take much to get her going. Even with little separation. And put the ball in the basket, unlike anyone else who has ever played the game. Rossi got bumped. Got hit in the leg as she tries to shake it off. Foul goes on Carson, her first personal. Diggins-Smith left all alone, will gladly take it in.
Good clear out for Skylar to make her move.
Thomas left it short, and a chance for Turner to run. Diggins Smith pops and hits. What a first quarter by the Mercury, red hot, shooting 63% from the floor.
Just loaded up for bear. Let's see if they try to pack it inside.
Carson can't answer, and a loose ball foul going against Montpremier.
Well, we talked about in the open how Skylar Diggins-Smith is just focused and hungry right now. She knew exactly where she was going. Her teammates moved away from the play and the ball to give her that open space on the outside, and obviously popping from three, all in a nice fluid motion. You think this team is a little hungry? Absolutely.
The #1 scoring duo in the WNBA this year already has 19 of the 28 on the board for Phoenix.
This is where it's tough, Sean. Now they've got their momentum, they've got their mojo. Connecticut sucked the life out of them Monday night and took that aspect of the game out immediately right away. And now we're seeing reversal here in game 2 late in this first quarter.
Sandy Brondello even said herself, you end up learning more in the losses than even in some of your best wins.
Agree.
Said after winning 6 in a row, you kind of forget what you need to work on game in and game out. Montpremier's shot rattles off the rim. Shea Petty now into the game for Phoenix. One of only a couple of subs on the bench tonight. No Alana Smith, no Nia Coffey. 3 players available off the bench tonight. You can't say enough how strong these 7-8 players have been for Phoenix in the last 2 weeks. I mentioned some of the best scoring duos that we've seen in the league this year. On that 6-game win streak, Taurasi and Diggins-Smith were putting up 46 a game and have just been so much fun to watch this season.
Well, and it's a great stretch run, regardless of the loss Monday night to Connecticut. And, that has really pushed them at a different level with a new group, and they were acting as focused and as energized as Connecticut was from their start of the season, which it looked extremely dismal, to where they are today in the playoff hunt for, you know, one of the 5, 6, 7, 8 seeds as well.
Another one well short from Holmes. Back out to Mosca to Lewis. And finally, after starting 0 of 9 from deep, the Sun get their first 3. Both these teams already clinching playoff spots as the regular season wraps up Sunday. As Leah mentioned, still plenty to play for seeding-wise. Phoenix is just 1 game back of Minnesota in 4th place. Teresa Plaisance one-on-one with Vaughn. Steps back. Another one short. Shot clock turned off for Shea Petty. And another impressive start for the Mercury. The 31-year-old veteran saying, I'm going to take this one down. Out to Diggins-Smith. And can't connect at the buzzer, but what a start by the Phoenix Mercury. Hitting everything from the floor as they lead 30-13 after 1.
after 1 quarter of play. Diana Taurasi popping it from the outside in a groove early with Skylar Diggins-Smith. This is a Phoenix Mercury team that has set the tempo here early, shooting almost 53% in that first quarter of play. Taurasi's already in double figures in her 455th game.
The #1 scorer in WNBA history, off to a hot start. As Bonner's tripped up, Jones going to work, fouled inside by Vaughn. And 2 free throws coming for Connecticut, a team that did work in the paint on Monday nightly. And as you said, going into the second quarter, they need to understand their identity right and go with what works for them, which is pounding it in the paint.
2 for 13, Sean, in that first quarter of play, anywhere from like the outside the paint free throw line extended. Got to go back to where your bread and butter is, and your, for Curt Miller's team. And Curt was hoping that this would be the type of game where he could really play around with his lineup a little bit and get some players to have some extra rest. But that certainly isn't going to be the case with the way that this is transpiring here in the second quarter of play.
Taurasi fading away, puts it in. 14 in the first half for Diana Taurasi, making it look easy. Heidemann slipped into the lane and lays it in. Taurasi can't hit another one. Turner fighting for the rebound, but it's taken away by Thomas. Bonner loses the handle out of bounds.
The Taurasi-Dewana Bonner matchup is a fun athletic one to watch this far. There's a lot of contact there. Bonner took it harder the last trip down the floor. But, Taurasi's going to be the one that can make her feel uncomfortable.
That's what you have to love and admire, is that Diana Taurasi, even if she's banged up as well, not taking a single night off. Inside, bad pass, but it was tipped out of play as Charles was trying to find Thomas. Just 6 seconds on the shot clock for Connecticut. Heidemann, not a lot of space, feeds Thomas, and a great block by Vaughn.
Thomas never got the angle. Never got the angle for the shot. Taurasi did on that one. She'll be shooting 3.
Already 3 of 3 at the line tonight, and as Leah said, going back for 3 more.
Better ball movement here, Sean, too. Phoenix isn't taking a lot of time to get moving into their offense, and that is not allowing Connecticut to match up quickly. Taking it and go to the hoop, go to the hoop, go to the hoop.
After turning the ball over 17 times and it leading to 22 Connecticut points. Nearly 2 minutes into the second quarter, Phoenix has yet to turn it over tonight. And as you were saying too, when your offense is in rhythm and flowing, you don't second guess yourself like we saw Phoenix doing on Monday.
Absolutely.
A 20-point first half lead for Phoenix. Playing well on both ends as Cunningham's contest forces the miss, but Charles on the floor, and a jump ball is called.
The denial in the paint by Phoenix to put Connecticut into awkward scoring spots inside the paint. Sophie Cunningham holding her ground, staying straight up to not get that foul called. Just being smothering defensively. Just really, it's a mirror image of Connecticut. Everything about Connecticut on Monday night.
What Kurt Miller called his team's most complete game of the season. And the fact that you can turn your opponent over 17 times and keep them to 21 shots made. It was truly a clinic that they put on both ends of the floor and helping secure a playoff berth after starting 0-5, becoming just the third team in WNBA history to start 0-5 or worse and still make the playoffs. Off the Jones miss, another second chance. Charles, left it short. And Turner grabs her 6th rebound. Looks like Freaky Friday out there tonight. Complete role reversal. And what happened 48 hours ago. And an illegal screen being called against Alyssa Thomas, who nearly had a triple-double in Monday's win, but has been scoreless throughout the first half.
Yeah, sure. Just a couple of more minutes, we probably would have seen it. Finished with 22, 9 boards, and 9 assists. Great effort. And certainly one of the candidates for Defensive Player of the Year. I'm still stuck on mine. There's a few that I've got clear on my sheets, but some not so clear as we finish down the stretch of what has been an incredibly fast and fun 2020 WNBA season.
Feels like the last 7 weeks have flown by. Regular season wraps up Sunday, and the first round of the playoffs will be on Tuesday. Bonner can't get it up and over Diggins-Smith, and the tap out gives a chance for Petty to run. Diggins-Smith right by Charles, turns it over. It's again too strong. Connecticut shooting below 22%. Turner all alone lays it in. Doesn't get much easier than that. We've seen it happen a couple of times tonight.
And now that for as bad as it is for Connecticut on the offensive side, they're getting stagnant and stuck on the defensive side of the ball.
And another illegal screen, this time against Jones. Her first personal foul, and that's now 5 turnovers for Connecticut compared to 6 made shots. Timeout on the floor with 6:03 to play in the second quarter. Starting fast and furious. Sandy Brondello's crew building a 22-point lead. And thanks to Diana Taurasi and Brianna Turner, it's all working now.
defense intensity was just on point. You guys flew around, did a lot of really good things, disrupted them, turned them over, sped them up. We sped them up. So you guys really, there was an intent to the defensive game plan, and you guys really executed it. And great job tonight.
And what a win it was on Monday to clinch a spot in the playoffs. And Kurt Miller saying, too, 5 days ago his team had a dinner. They were all together, and he just said, you know, the tone of everything that was happening and just being around each other that night, I think we're going to point back to that dinner and say, you know, that was the start of something really special for this franchise.
And one game isn't going to make any of these teams this year, and it's how you react to the game, how resilient you are from each experience. Like right now is an experience for Connecticut. If they bounce back from this and figure it out, and they've got plenty of time to do so, it'll again be, I think, a building block for them as part of that dinner. If Phoenix holds on here and answers, and that's a good start out of the timeout, you know, that is resilience on them for responding from Monday night.
Well, I like what DeWanna Bonner said too, and you know, we really could have just packed it in after starting 0-5 in a 22-game season and just thought to ourselves, you know, just didn't happen this year. But we wanted to come back and fight, and it wasn't easy to go 10-5 over the last 15 games. But there's a certain maturity from this group. And like you said, it hasn't been a great start to tonight's game. But they know, hey, Tuesday, Wednesday night in the first round, it just comes down to who can play better for 40 minutes.
Right, and you know as well as I do, DeWanna Bonner making the decision to leave Phoenix and come to Connecticut at this point in her career. Look at Taurasi kind of trying to tug her shirt just a little bit. Doing a nice job. It's all about the eyes, and that was all about the eyes on the inbounds pass. But DeWanna Bonner is now the face of Connecticut Sun basketball. And she's going to hold everyone accountable, including herself, to the success of this franchise. People in Connecticut love basketball. Doesn't matter how it's played. And DeWanna Bonner understands what she's walking into in the state of Connecticut.
Certainly been so much fun to watch her take over. Some great pieces, but scary to think what Connecticut will look like once it gets John Bell Jones back next season.
Totally.
Taurasi, another one. Won't go, but an offensive rebound for Turner. Diggins-Smith into the lane. Couldn't finish through contact, but earns a trip to the line after the foul on Heidemann for second.
Skylar has such a you know, a quick step in her hop once she decides to go to the hoop. And you know, she talked a little bit about today about just how passionate she is about the game of basketball and the support. She's got her husband here, and I think that's huge for you know, you have your spouse, your significant other with you inside the bubble, with the way that it's so intense and not being able to get out. I think that helps players too mentally away from the floor, because you've got somebody outside a hoop who's with you that understands what's going on to prepare for each game each night. Sophie Cunningham off the ball, yeah, my goodness.
And one for Natisha Heidemann. Remember, last week Sophie Cunningham tweaked her ankle. Alana Smith is also dealing with an ankle injury herself. Just an awkward step. You can hear everybody out in the desert tilting their head back and going, "You've got to be kidding me."
All right.
Cunningham. It's that Midwest toughness.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to stay in the game. Here's just try to walk it off.
A lot of aches and pains with everybody right now.
Diggins-Smith takes a tumble and will go right back to she and Taurasi the #1 scoring duo in the WNBA this year. They're also each shooting better than 90% at the line.
Yeah, I like the way that Phoenix is just attacking the basket. And this is something that Connecticut needs to do at the opposite end of the floor. They were so efficient on Monday evening being able to do that against Phoenix. And Phoenix just is forcing Connecticut right now to backpedal backwards with this 20-point lead.
Well, what a bounce-back performance by Sandy Brondello's bunch. And a rare miss by Diggins-Smith at the line. Still a 20-point lead, a nice cushion here with just over 4 minutes to play in the first half. Both these teams will wrap up their regular seasons on Friday as Phoenix takes on Seattle and Connecticut's set to face Atlanta. Still a question of where each of these teams will land in the first round, and maybe if Phoenix can get some help, they can get that #4 seed after the Lynx have lost back-to-back games. What a job by Washington last night to take control down the stretch.
Yep, Mike Thibault's team on a roll. They know what they have to do to continue to stay in the wobble. Got to keep winning. As we take a look at the backside of what's transpiring here, Dallas will play a little bit later on tonight. And they need a victory to be able to solidify that spot. Atlanta is on the dark side right now a little bit. They need some help. And of course the Mystics just need to keep on winning and hope they get some help on the flip side too.
The shot by Arike Agumbawale Sunday to send that game into overtime against Washington may very well be the shot that put Dallas in the playoff. The youngest team in the league this year. Can't say enough about how that young group has fought through adversity and pulled out some clutch wins. Mosca to Lewis, cans the three, just the second made one of the half. Diggins-Smith wants it. Left it short, but Petty underneath grabs the rebound. And the shot clock reset when it shouldn't have. Still 7 seconds on the possession for the Mercury. Turner hands it off. Petty didn't get it off in time. A little bit indecision on that possession for Phoenix, but only the second turnover tonight.
I know, and you're looking at the turnovers right now. Connecticut already has 6. That has translated into 9 points for the Mercury, and Connecticut had 9 all last game. That's pretty much the way that the tune has gone for the Sun thus far.
Bonner with another basket. She now has the team high 8. Looking to finish the half strong. Cunningham into the paint and gets it to go off glass.
Good strong step right into the gap. If Sophie Cunningham doesn't make that drastic step inside between the 2 defenders, that ball is not going to go into the hoop.
Mosca to Lewis. Can't hit her third. And another transition opportunity. Diggins-Smith untouched.
It's like a freight train right now.
Get on or get out of the way. 30 points for Taurasi and Diggins-Smith combined. Nearing their average of 36 per game is Carson Short. Thomas's tap won't go. And another foul in the backcourt and resulting in extra free throws for Phoenix. A 21-point lead for the Mercury, looking to stay in the hunt for the #4 seed with just 1 game remaining after tonight. And with 2 to play until the half, it's a big Phoenix lead.
For the Valley. I'm sorry. For the Valley is what Phoenix is doing here in the first 2 quarters of play and attacking the hoop. Skylar Diggins-Smith has just been playing at another level. You think she was a little ticked off about Monday night's victory? I would say so. You handle it with your play on the floor. Skylar Diggins-Smith with 16, 14, Taurasi with 16. And Turner at the line trying to continue to make it hurt here out of the timeout.
They have played better than most these last couple of weeks, and Diggins-Smith being honored as the Player of the Week in the Western Conference, the 2nd time in her career she's earned that honor. So exceptional, and her rise has been the reason Phoenix has come back after they were under 500 at one point. But after being 6-7, they rattled off 6 straight wins to help clinch a playoff spot and continue to look like a team that, despite only having 7-8 players available these last couple of games, they're going to give somebody one heck of a battle in a single elimination playoff game in the next week. After Turner picks up her 2nd personal foul with 1:37 left in the half, Carson hitting the 1st. And the 2nd. We just haven't seen the Sun play to their potential like we saw on Monday. Credit the Mercury for coming back with a fire in their eye tonight. Vaughn. That won't go. Alyssa Thomas, who's scoreless in the first half, trying to take control. feeding Jones, and gets the tough bank shot to go.
Worked her way hard into the paint. Sean be able to finish that play. 37 attempts.
Collision inside, no foul called, and Sarasi, with everyone distracted, puts it in, and she has 18. Thomas accelerates and hits the bottom of the rim. Bonner forces the steal, and an offensive foul is called.
DeWanna Bonner using those long arms to come away with the board, and look out, Turner, also a player up for Defensive Player of the Year honors, and just enough on that little nudge inside for the charge to be called.
You checked in a little late once Phoenix started to grow that lead. Those last 15 seconds really describe Connecticut's first half. Phoenix gladly taking advantage of Connecticut's miscues. Vaughn backing down, left it short. Shot clock turned out for Thomas. Lob into Bonner. It draws the foul on Tarasi, her second.
Part of getting that ball inside, DeWanna Bonner was able to bump off the cushion of Tarasi just enough to then be perfectly hit with that pass during that cushion of a play. And that's the, again, that's that sixth sense, so to speak, of just having that eye contact. Sometimes you can't communicate verbally, but you can use that eye contact with the guard or whoever has the ball. And that comes from, you know, playing time with each other as well. You and I, Sean, use cues pointing to each other, teammates in baseball, or, you know, a shortstop going back on the outfielder might throw their arms out. Well, this is the perfect eye contact between two players on the basketball court that are so important.
Breezing down the lane. No one can stop Skylar Diggins-Smith here in the first half. And it is a 20-point advantage as we hit halftime.
Mercury, 51, Sun 31.
Speed and quickness of Skylar Diggins-Smith, coast to coast. Defense doesn't even have an opportunity to get into place. One speed, Maserati speed for Skylar Diggins-Smith as they head to the locker room with a 20-point lead.
Cruising here at halftime. Phoenix, thanks to a hot start, leads 51-31 at the break.
for the Connecticut Sun. I'm here with Tiffany Schultz, and this is the featured Black-owned business for September. All right, so Tiffany, tell us a little bit about how you got into this business.
Okay, well, cooking has always been a passion of mine. It actually started as a fundraiser back in 2018. We were raising money for a walk for a cure for myasthenia gravis. It's a neurological autoimmune disease that my son suffers from. And we sold cupcakes in return for donations for our walk. And after the walk was over, everyone kept wanting to order cupcakes and said, you know, we should make this into a business, so we did.
So it's a unique type of bakery because it's a vegan bakery. Tell us a little bit more about that.
I found that there's not a lot of options out there in terms of convenience or fun when you go out with your family, and we miss out on a lot of the traditions like going and getting ice cream and things like that after a game and things like that with your kids. Everything that we serve here is plant-based and 100% vegan, from the drinks and our cupcakes, our ice cream, our cones.
That's awesome. And that's how I found you, because I've been vegan for over 8 years now.
Awesome.
And everyone was like, you need to check this place out. It's amazing.
Yeah, we get a lot of people that travel pretty far. We have people that come from 2 hours away, an hour and a half away.
So I obviously love coming here for the food, but I love being able to support a Black-owned business. So tell me a little bit about being a Black-owned business and any challenges or obstacles you faced.
Starting the business was pretty easy. We had a lot of people that were on board and wanted to see us succeed. When it came time to actually get a storefront and lease a space and open our first brick and mortar, that was when we started to face, I would say, the bulk of our challenges. I would, think that this is it. This is our space. In my mind, I'm planning it. And then for some reason, it seemed like things just kept not working out whenever it came to face-to-face meetings or negotiations and things of that nature. So I actually have 3 business advisors that I found while accessing some Connecticut-funded programs through the SBA, the SBDC, and it was a little disheartening to see how smoothly the conversations would go. Once I had somebody else there that, didn't look like me, wasn't a woman in business, wasn't, you know what I mean? And so I did utilize those allies, those people that had my back and wanted to see me succeed and believed in my business.
So what does the Black Lives Matter movement mean to you?
To me, I believe it's my generation and the generations younger than me. It's our turn. It's our turn to step up and be voices, be leaders. I think that a lot of people very naively thought that we had come much further than we have. So I think that there's a lot of people out there that want to see change. There's a lot of very strong, intelligent, young activists out there that I'm seeing that are coming forward, and the more people start staking their claim, and that's what I like to see the young kids that are doing now.
Yeah.
They're not just sitting back and taking whatever is given to them. They're standing up and they're making their voices heard.
I feel like we've gotten like the momentum going, and now it's up to us to keep it going.
Absolutely.
And keep it going until there is change.
Absolutely. There's so many wonderful things being done right now. It's unfortunate that events have taken place to kind of push people to this point. So I hope that it keeps going in terms of people coming up with ideas and finding ways to help, your organization, the education, everything that you guys are doing. I think it's absolutely wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It was wonderful talking to you and hearing everything, knowing your story. But now I think it's time. Let's go eat some ice cream.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's go.
What happened? You say her name, you know she's making history yet again. And in year 16, still dropping our jaws as earlier. And taking the floor tonight, moves into 11 all-time games played. And it doesn't look like she's stopping anytime soon.
You know, with her 18 points thus far in this game, the WNBA's all-time leading scorer has dropped in 18 with 3 of her 7 threes attempts in that first half of play. 5 for 9 from the floor, and also Taurasi getting it done from the free throw line, 5 for 6, along with Skylar Diggins to match it at 5 for 6 as well. This is a well-oiled team. They look completely different from Monday night, and that's the way you do it. Sean, you forget what happened and you move ahead, and there's no question Phoenix has blinders on right now and is going full steam ahead towards the playoffs.
I think your team is a little different when that's your #1 leader, and not to say Diggins Smith is the #2 in that conversation, but each, like you mentioned, have put their games on another level the past few weeks. And after having the 6-game win streak snapped on Monday, where Phoenix only scored 70 points, they have been in control most of this game. But a good sign, Natisha Heidemann hitting just the 3rd three on the 15th attempt for Connecticut to start the 3rd. Diggins Smith underneath, finding Turner, and reset. 7 on the shot clock. Taurasi, bullet inside, and Turner can't finish. Second try won't go. Heidemann starting tonight with no Jasmine Thomas and no Breon January. And there is finally Wilson Thomas's first made shot of the night after going 0-5 in the first half.
Yeah, but a better angle, Sean. A better angle straight on. Many of those misses in the first half, while they had 39 attempts, they were from awkward spots or with their back to the basket from the corner or underneath the hoop.
That pass up ahead, taken away by Walker Kimbrough. Vaughn catch and shoots. Won't go. Thomas back into Bonner. On the extra feed, the give and go works to perfection. And just like that, it's 7 straight out of the gates to start the third quarter. Phoenix lead was as big as 22, but Connecticut playing with some fire to start the third quarter. Connecticut off to a hot start in this third quarter, and Lee, it's going back to what you were saying, they're starting to play more to their identity and trying to push inside.
Well, and I think they need to establish that early before this goes away. If they can dwindle it down, to around, 11 going into the fourth, 13, 11 points, it will make it certainly a lot easier, but they've got to have some stops on the defensive side. There's no exchanging baskets here as we progress along in the third.
Walker Kimbrough is short with an extra feed out to Taurasi. And since that hot start in the first quarter, hasn't made any three since. Jones working inside, has an angle and lays it in again. One of the best around the rim in the league this year, cuts the lead down to 11. Smith answers right back.
Skylar's not taking any chances, is she, Sean? She's just going to the rack, not letting the shot clock get in. Just, she sees a space. She's being the boss and just taking charge.
Lob into Jones. Working against Turner. Cannot be stopped right now. Muscling up for two more. Diggins Smith connects. 39 points between her and Taurasi.
I think Taurasi should get an assist on that, don't you think?
You know, she'll probably be asking the book, is Thomas too strong off last, but going to head to the line to shoot 2 in what looks like a completely different Connecticut team than we saw in the first half.
I like what Phoenix did, too, on that last trip down the floor. Taurasi inbounds it. She goes in the opposite direction, away from the ball, just in case something needs to be created on the opposite side of the floor, and let Skylar do her thing on the opposite side of the floor, just so that there's some open options where things aren't getting clogged up for the two creators to create.
And one of the main creators for Connecticut, Alyssa Thomas, who's been shooting nearly 60% over the past 7 games. A tough shooting performance tonight. Been one of the reasons why the Sun continue to trail. But starting to climb back after going down by 20 points at halftime. In great anticipation, but Thomas couldn't come up with the steal. It may have hit her head on the floor.
She hit her head on the floor and may have gotten poked in the eye, actually.
Well, never any fun, but Thomas staying in the game. End of the shot clock, Diggins Smith has it blocked. All 5 back for Phoenix in a hurry. Bonner draws the foul on Walker Kimbrough. It'll be her first and second on Phoenix in the third.
Number 2, Shatori Walker-Kimbrough. Her first of the second team foul. Returning for Phoenix, number 5, Shane replacing Walker-Kimbrough.
This is something we haven't seen too often from Phoenix in the last couple of weeks. Our major scoring droughts. Just 5 points in the first 4 minutes of the third, and Bonner all alone to the basket, misses the layup. Diggins Smith in the lane, goes back. Puts it up and can't hit another one. Thomas feeds to Charles, and she hits again. A 16-5 run in the third quarter. We're back down to a single-digit ball game. Ready inside, a smooth move to bank it in and end the Phoenix drought.
No options on the outside there.
Heidemann hits another one. Known to be a three-point shooting team. The Sun ranked 11th in made threes per game and three-point percentage, but now it's Phoenix who has gone cold from deep. Heidemann again. You bet! Catching fire at the right time. Natisha Heidemann with her third three. And it's now down to 5. Phoenix calls timeout with the Sun surging with 3:58 to play in the third. It was 51-31 at the half, but a re-energized Connecticut group has now cut the Phoenix lead to 5. Currently a look at the WNBA standings. Both Phoenix and Connecticut have clinched spots in the playoffs that begin in just 6 days. And how about Arike Ogunbowale on Sunday? With a couple more wins, Dallas going to clinch that final playoff spot. But we have had a battle here tonight as the Sun not mailing it in despite a 20-point halftime deficit.
No, and as you said, this is a Connecticut Sun team that normally doesn't rely on the three, but using the three here to get back into this ball game. The separation is there out on the perimeter. Could that, Sean, be the fact that Phoenix only has 7 players and they're a little bit tired, a little bit gassed right now? Possibility. They're not playing as tight of a defense, and they're not getting through the screens as easy as they were in the beginning of the ball game.
Go right on cue. Taurasi silences all doubts. She and Dagan Smith each have 21. Heidemann to the basket, blocked by Turner. Bonner, another one goes down from deep. After going 2 of 14 in the first half from 3. The Sun have climbed back thanks to 5 third-quarter triples.
Look out, hot hand here.
Thomas backing down Cunningham. And a foul called against the Phoenix guard.
So, no, good job there in a help defense of Turner to come over and deny that turn towards the inside of the lane, push Thomas towards the baseline to the outside.
Thomas letting everyone catch their breath. Each of these teams shorthanded. While Connecticut has still played 10 tonight, they don't have 2 of their major players, Jasmine Jones and Breon January. But this starting group has helped lead the charge out of the locker room. Taurasi. Heidemann works into the lane and clips it up, and it rams out. Petty's turn as she attacks but can't put it in. Phoenix only has 8 players available tonight, and have used 7 of them as they continue to lead. Maybe getting a little too close for comfort as Dagan Smith picks up her 3rd personal foul.
It'll be interesting to see, Sean, as we progress here. Latter stages of the 3rd, early stages of the 4th. Does Phoenix get a little lazier with their legs? Do they start reaching a little bit? More fouls be called because of that. This 3rd quarter could not end fast enough right now for Phoenix, so they can get a little bit of a breather and for their rush in the 4th quarter.
Walker Kimbrough commits the foul to send Dawana Bonner back to the line. A resilient group coached by Curt Miller. But even for Bonner, going against her former team for the first time these past couple of games. Can't understate what she did in a Phoenix uniform. It's a lot of the lessons she's learned from the time in the desert and maturing into a true leader. And even admitting after that 0-5 start, you know, I had to change something. I had to get my teammates more involved. It was a lot of what I was doing and taking full ownership and still being a key piece. This 10-5 run over the last 15 games with the pass too tall for Turner. And how about this? Connecticut can take the lead.
2 minutes remaining.
At just 31 points at halftime. Good anticipation by Walker Kimbrough. But a foul called inside.
Wow.
They're going to call it on Alyssa Thomas, her third.
First team foul with the last 2 minutes.
Good job defensively by Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, who initially swatted back. Had trouble handling it. Shea Betty backs it up. And all alone. Can't knock it down. Bonner puts it in. And just like that, Connecticut is taking the lead after trailing by as many as 22 tonight.
Stars of the game starting to take over, right, Sean?
And you love to see these all-star caliber players play at their finest. 16 points for Bonner.
Talked about the top of the broadcast. We may see Bonner taking up the ball, playing a little point guard herself.
A long rebound goes back to her. Shot clock did not reset. Bonner can't bank it in. Loose ball, and it's put back in. Rhea Holmes makes it a 3-point lead and 33 points in the third quarter by Connecticut. Petty slips inside and has it blocked from behind. And a jump ball is called before Charles fell out of bounds. Thanks to 5 3-pointers in the quarter after putting up just 31 in the first 20 minutes. I don't know if Connecticut got some of Michael's secret stuff in the locker room, but whatever they did, it has clearly worked. Charles helps win the tip. Thomas one-on-one, going back to the free throw line after she hits the floor after being fouled by Cunningham.
How about that? Great tip. Super job. Couldn't have gotten in a better spot.
Alyssa Thomas at the line shooting. 2.
Thomas, the 69% foul shooter, short.
1.
And just the third miss at the line by Connecticut tonight. Turner grabs her 13th rebound, but Phoenix now trails with the shot clock turned off. Deegan Smith out to Petty, and that is rejected. Rhea Holmes putting that one onto the place where Atlanta and Chicago are playing right now.
And just got legs tied up on the downfall from both players. Holmes was a little bit slow getting up.
Still 1.5 seconds left. Pass inside, Turner. Won't go, and it is a 33-10 run in the third quarter by Connecticut. And it's the Sun who take a 3-point lead into the fourth quarter in Bradenton. What a turnaround by the Connecticut Sun in the third period. Trailing by 20 points at the break, they hit 5 of 6 threes in the third quarter, have now taken a 3-point advantage into the fourth.
And they also attacked the offensive glass better. They got some fast break points. They took care of the basketball. There was not one turnover in that third quarter of play by Connecticut. And being able to get some really good spacing, led by the Eastern Conference Player of the Week and DeWanna Bonner, single-handedly taking over the squad. But guess what? Kia Vaughn and the inside game are back.
Just 10 points in that third quarter for Phoenix. A rare offensive lapse by the #2 scoring team in the league this year. Bonner with 5, pulls up and is fouled by Taurasi. Gives her an extra bump after the foul. And the former teammate all smiles.
That was like a movie acting slow motion roll there. But Taurasi with a great feed to Vaughn cutting to the hoop. Just making it look so easy for Kia Vaughn to be able to finish on that play. Only Taurasi's 3rd assist. I can't believe that.
She's been looking for her shot too, and
yeah,
you know, one of those moments makes me think of a Players Tribune article that DeWanna Bonner wrote at the end of July. She said, "I remember being a rookie and coming in and seeing Diana Taurasi for the first time, and as the rookie just told myself, rebound, do your job, and keep quiet." And around the midway point of the season, she had her dusty Jordan Brand knapsack from Auburn. And Taurasi said, "You know, if you get a double-double tonight, I will get you any bag you want tomorrow, because we're tired of seeing that thing around the locker room." And lo and behold, she gets the double-double, but doesn't know how to approach the GOAT. And the next morning, DT texts her and says, "All right, let's go. Meet you at the mall." And Bonner, I would agree with her. I thought she'd be pranked as well.
Yeah.
But it's something that Bonner says, I still look at that bag and so many great memories come up, because we won a WNBA title a few weeks later. And I just can't say enough about Diana and what I've learned from her after 10 great years in Phoenix. And now these two battling it out on the floor a minute into the fourth.
Great story, Sean.
Between two of the best this last decade in the league is Bonner. Can't connect. Charles, the offensive rebound, swatted back by Breezy. Heideman's pass tipped and into the hands of Taurasi. Trying to calm things down after Phoenix has squandered a 22-point lead. So funny seeing some of the mannerisms between Taurasi and Bonner.
10 long good years. 3-time 6th player of the year in the WNBA, of course an all-star. And then coming over in February to Connecticut, really never got to truly engage with those Connecticut Sun fans. And that's, you know, that's tough. That's tough. The arena there at Mohegan Sun is a really tight-knit ambiance, a great place to play, and she'll have her time and her opportunity to finally meet those fans who are certainly excited to have the opportunity to watch her play at home.
Well, you know they're going crazy up in the Northeast. Alyssa Thomas's 10 second half points to go with Bonner's 18. The reason why it's a 3-point advantage, but it's cut back to 1 on a great cut by Diggins Smith. Phoenix looking for some stops on this end. Heidemann can't drain another 3. A great tap by Charles to keep it alive.
Ooh, she might have got away with a walk there.
Heidemann in and out. Turner soars for her 16th rebound. And on the other end, nice finishes off the feed from Taurasi. And Phoenix grabs the lead, and Kurt Miller calls timeouts. We got a good one going down the stretch in the fourth quarter as Phoenix and Connecticut continue to trade blows in the fourth.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Well, with Diana Taurasi handling the basketball, and you can see the defense converging, 3 players within an arm's length of Taurasi. Watch how the defense converges and the dive to the hoop. There were 2 options there for Diana Taurasi. Vaughn on one side, Turner slashing on the other side. Great high percentage options as we progress down the stretch. And no question, the defense will continue to tighten up with double and triple teams on number 3.
And now 34 points in the paint for Phoenix. And with the shots not really going down in this second half like they were in the first when Phoenix built a 20-point halftime lead. It's been some of those high percentage shots that have given the Mercury the lead again. Vaughn powers up off the rim. Turner's follow results in a foul. 17 rebounds from Brianna Turner. Bonner picks up her 3rd personal and already the 4th on Connecticut in the quarter. Phoenix going to go to the line, the final 6:52 in the bonus.
And that has Kurt Miller scratching his head because that was something on his side tonight he really felt was important with the lean numbers for his team to do. And now with this game being so close and Connecticut clawing its way back into the game, the Mercury certainly have the advantage with the clock stopping, short numbers to catch a breath here in the 4th.
Heidemann already with a season high 16 points. Can't continue her incredible stretch of the second half. Thomas banks it in. So great using that floater in her arsenal. And a double-double with 10 points and 12 rebounds tonight. Diggins-Smith frees herself up. Can't hit. Thomas muscles away the board. Each of these teams already clinching playoff berths, but still a lot to play seeding-wise as Bonner puts it in, plus the foul.
I think we're going to see 2-4 get a little more aggressive here in the 4th, this time working with Thomas up top, handling the basketball and getting in a position early and seeing over the top of who she's trying to receive the ball from.
Another 20-point effort. Her 10th one this year and 6 straight. The 3-point play makes it a 2-point lead for Connecticut. Taurasi leans in and is fouled. And now going to the line for the first time this half, where Phoenix is 12 of 16 tonight. You know, Taurasi's the no excuse type player. She knew how badly her team needed to come out and start strong tonight. What do they have to do to finish this game off with a win?
Well, I think they have to be able to utilize that zone that we saw a little bit throughout these games. It's a matchup zone. And if they've had success with it, extend it out, but flop back into that man tighter. They're trying to protect the middle of the paint. That's a great angle to see how they're just trying to protect the paint, and Thomas answering on the step back. Had Vaughn for a second inside.
Cunningham can't hit. Bonner kept that left foot on the ground. Charles lobbing to Jones and scoring. Vaughn puts it in. Back down to a 2-point game as we just crossed the midway point of the fourth quarter. Connecticut is sitting at number 7 in the standings, trying to move up a spot or two. With just one game left this season, they play Atlanta on Friday night. Taurasi to Turner all alone.
Defense all pushed up, free throw line. Nice backdoor, easy cut, caught Connecticut sleeping.
Turner with a double-double now, 10 points and 17 rebounds. Hyman with 5. To Thomas, down the lane, and throws it away. A great recovery by Vaughn to force the 12th Connecticut turnover tonight. Vaughn calling for some relief. Sandy Brondello has only used 7 players tonight, as Alana Smith and Nia Coffey listed as out. Hopefully going to get them back for a single elimination playoff game in the next week. Diggins Smith has that one rattle out. Just 7 of 27 from 3. Phoenix shooting 26%. They're normally one of the best in the league night in and night out. Bonner hesitates, and it falls off the rim.
A little frustrated with herself, but she got the bite there and was able to come back towards the inside where she needed to be. Big step, gets around Sophie Cunningham, and then uses Turner on the get back inside.
Has to be one of the toughest players to contest, just with so much length, as she knows how to use every inch of that 6'4" frame. And now 8 of 9 at the line tonight. Joanna Bonner, one of the top free throw shooters in the league this season, the second most made. Currently those two, the difference is Taurasi off the mark again. She's 4 of 13 from downtown tonight. Thomas working around Cunningham. Wow. Falls off again. Cunningham left open. Can't make him pay.
And a better switch up defensively there too by Connecticut. They got through the screens.
Just 26 second half points for the Mercury tonight, after leading 51-31 at the break. Bonner. With 2.5 minutes to play. Who has enough left in the tank to pull out the win? And Kurt Miller seeing a fatigued group on the floor. Calls a quick timeout with a big possession looming with 2:19 to play. Just a quick 20-second timeout following the 7th turnover by Phoenix tonight. Something they've done really well after coughing it up 17 times on Monday.
And each team still with 2 timeouts.
We step aside with 2:19 to play. A timeout on the floor with the Sun leading by 2. Two of the top 5 scoring duos in the WNBA are on display tonight. And once again, Leah, they are doing literally everything they can to pull out a clutch win.
Well, and no surprise, too. We've got the reigning Western Conference and Eastern Conference Players of the Week also solidified in these series of highlights. And they take over the team, they take over the squad. They are highlight reels for the entire W, the way they've played. And no wonder the score is where it is with 2:19 to go.
After trailing by as many as 22 points, Connecticut has fought back thanks to a massive third quarter. And what a poke by Petty. Ahead of the pack is fouled by Heidemann and can tie it with 2 free throws. That is Heidemann's 5th personal.
Pretty simple turnover in the throw ahead. The only thing you can really do is stop that ball by creating that foul. Good foul in the backcourt to have the opportunity here at the free throw line. Force the shot to be made.
Got to make them earn it. And as Phoenix has said, they've only used 7 players tonight. A lot of these quick breathers being very strategic and deliberate. As despite the very low numbers, they have not been short of heart as they have found a way to grind out wins these last couple of weeks. But can they do it again against Connecticut? Pass whipped inside to Jones. Spinning inside, blocked by Turner. Second try, won't go, but another foul called. And Alyssa Thomas will step up to the line.
Man, I'll tell you, those offensive rebounds have been the key, along with protecting the basketball for the Connecticut Sun. 14th second chance opportunity puts Thomas on the line here to shoot 2 now. And what a game, too, Sean. This was a Connecticut team that struggled the first 3 quarters of the game to get to the free throw line. Got to the free throw line late in the third, moving into the 4th quarter to then make a difference. And we had talked about the importance of that, stopping the clock, so these 2 teams could get some gas back in their tanks.
And now 14 second chance points, right on average for the #1 team in the league in that category. The movement inside, and an offensive foul is called. After Vaughn's back-to-back fouls, she has 4 personals.
Yeah, Vaughn was moving on the play. She wasn't established. She knew it too. Just kind of see her put her hands to her head.
A critical turnover. Phoenix has been very clean tonight. Thomas looking inside, finds Charles back out. One-on-one with Turner, had it stripped again. Petty with another clutch steal. Diggins-Smith inside, gets it to go! And she can give Phoenix the lead as she'll shoot 1.
Things are breaking down. The defense is matched up. Nice job on the screen by Vaughn. That helps set up the play to cut back to the middle of the floor. Right down the tunnel.
She has that look in her eye. A game-high 26 points for Skylar Diggins-Smith. Trying to carry Phoenix to a big win. One minute to play in the 4th quarter. Bonner down the lane. Gets it to go. And another and 1 the other way.
Well, WCP, here I come. The ECP, right to the hoop. You think she's fired up? Heck yeah. This is some great basketball, Sean.
Phoenix with 2 timeouts left. Burns 1. trailing by 2 with 57 seconds left. And you said it, Leah. How much fun has this game been down the stretch after Phoenix took a 20-point lead into the locker room? And remember, Phoenix currently just 1 game back of the number 4 seed held by Minnesota, but also with Chicago right in the mix there. With another loss or two, Phoenix might be matched up with Connecticut in round 1 next week.
That's right. Phoenix closes out with Seattle on the 11th. Connecticut closes out with Atlanta. A couple of big other games tonight, too. Atlanta taking on Chicago. They need a victory to keep with that pack of the Mystics and the Dream in the wings for that 8th spot. And, of course, Dallas has Seattle in the late game tonight. So, you know, plenty of fight going on between 8, 9, and 10 right now for that final spot.
And right now, Chicago leading by 10 at the half over Atlanta. Both these teams playing with house money, but not done just yet as the first round of the playoffs begin Tuesday. Vaughn underneath, slipped behind Jones, and we're tied at 84. Heidemann, who's been huge in the absence of January and Jones for Connecticut. But it's Bonner with 10 on the timer. Working inside, nearly banks it in. Jones's follow won't go. Reset with Bonner. Steps through. Too strong. Another offensive rebound. You can hear Kurt Miller from the Manatee River as he calls his second to last timeouts.
I tell you what, I think we heard it from the Connecticut River. Wow. 2 opportunities for the Connecticut Sun off the offensive glass. Nice backdoor cut, consecutive by Vaughn and Turner back-to-back. Really key for them on side, and Connecticut able to keep it alive. There wasn't too much of a lane, anything. DeWanda Bonner was just trying to make something happen, and a foul they called, so she'd get to the line, and a good job by AT to bring that ball back out. Connecticut will draw something up. Doing a good job. So our cameras can't see anything in there as well. Keeping it all nice and tight.
Those 17 offensive rebounds. Connecticut second in the league this year with 10-0 boards a game. And it's been those extra possessions that have helped them climb back from the big deficits. And it goes to show you, Leah, this team is playing well at the right time.
Right.
And I don't know who wants to see them come next week, because they got a superstar leading the way.
And again, you made a great point. Doesn't matter really 5 through 8, you fall out right now. This is really a 5 through possibly 8 game, right? A 1-game playoff next week.
Well, if this is an appetizer for a single elimination playoff game, boy, are we in store for a great
corn, man.
It's all going to be gravy down the stretch. Out of the timeout with 11 on the shot clock. Tyler Charles throws it away. And Phoenix calls its last timeout.
You got to forget that now. You got to get into the timeout. You got to forget that. Get back into the timeout. Get your mode going. What you're going to do defensively for Connecticut. And oh goodness, if you're Phoenix right now, the gravy drain's been set up for the opportunity of somebody coming off that hard screen.
And how about the defense from Shea Petty here in the 4th quarter with 3 steals? Just playing in the WNBA for the 2nd season in her career, but an illustrious overseas career in 7 different countries. Diana Taurasi even said she gelled right away. She's a vet, even though she hasn't been in this league very long. And she brings that Philly toughness that you need on both ends of the floor to compete. We love having her after she was cut by Washington. And then as one of the few players available in the Wubble, been signed and had some big minutes tonight.
August 19th.
Diggins Smith down the lane, gives Phoenix the lead. 28 points for Skylar Diggins Smith on 10 of 20 shooting. And now Connecticut calls its final timeout, trailing by 2.
Final timeout in advanced basketball. There's a lot of time here. I can understand what Skylar Diggins Smith was thinking here. You know, she's had opportunities early in the clock to go to the basket, but now leaving plenty of time for Connecticut to get to the hoop here with 13.8 to go.
No fouls to give for either team. No timeouts for either team. After leading 51-31 at half, the Mercury trying to hang on to win number 13 this season and stay in the hunt for a potential first round bye. The inbound to Bonner. 10 seconds left, matched up with Turner. For the lead, he got it! 6.5 seconds to play. For Rossi, but ball's out of bounds, no foul called. Rossi very frustrated. Inbound to Bonner, immediately fouled with 3.4 seconds left. What a clutch tray from DeWanna Bonner.
Well, and you're thinking it's sliding, you're anticipating a screen or somebody coming to the basketball. I thought for sure Heidemann was going to come up towards the top and receive that basketball. Bonner keeping it, falling away from the rest of the group and taking a great shot to lead the way and now sealing this one for the Connecticut Sun, possibly off of this free throw with 3.4 to go. Still a chance.
31 points for Bonner. Still a chance. Diggins Smith to tie it. Got it! We're going to overtime. Are you kidding me? Skylar Diggins Smith.
On the floor is a made three-point basket by way of legal rule.
No question, she got it off in time, and you could tell Connecticut trying to keep her in front. They couldn't, and the heat goes. We step aside and catch our breath as we head to overtime when we come back. In clutch time, and 31 points each at the end of regulation. But how about that last look to launch it from about 38 feet and tie us up?
Skylar was focused from even before the tip. And a good look, and this is what you practice after practice, that last shot of the day before everyone leaves. Kia Vaughn's eyes were lit up.
The exhilaration of a shot just in front of half courts. Skylar Diggins-Smith, who has been so clutch down the stretch. And remember what's on the line. Both these teams are in the playoffs, but where are they going to land as we hit overtime? And still a chance, like we mentioned, 1 game back of the number 4 seed. Phoenix's 6 wins in the last 7 games, trying to propel them, up the ladder, as even Connecticut with the chance to make up some ground here with just 1 game left for each of these teams after tonight.
John, we've seen so many close, great games come right down to the final basket. You talk about the best basketball players in the world. You know, we saw Arike Gumbawale basically take the same type of shot over the weekend, and Sandy Brondello's reaction there pretty much says it all.
She's going to need her 2nd-year players to color her hair again like they did last month. So many clutch moments and great shots, as you mentioned it. All season long, the WNBA has had some impressive offensive outings. And it's a 31-piece by both Bonner and Diggins-Smith as we're ready to start overtime. Petty feeds inside, and Vaughn puts the Mercury on top. Tisha Heidemann, who was a big piece in getting Connecticut back in the game in the 3rd quarter, helping run the point. Looking for Thomas. Can't power it in.
The angle is different for Connecticut on these drives into the hoop and trying to get inside the paint. Phoenix is doing a much better job on denying those angles for the Connecticut bigs.
Diggins-Smith running down the shot clock. The double coming. Turner underneath. Had it affected from behind by Bonner. Back out, Taurasi. She's been quiet throughout this 2nd half. She's getting some of those looks. And every single time you think the next one's going in. Jones back out, Heidemann. Can't connect, offensive rebound, Thomas. 18 offensive rebounds tonight for Connecticut. Plus 15 on the boards as Turner took her eye off the ball in the miscommunication. And inside, Thomas is fouled.
Number 21, Turner, her 5th.
Turner commits her 5th.
First team foul.
Just the first team foul in overtime.
Good old board. Right in the middle of traffic, and arms and hands, and staying focused for the prize.
A big time advantage on the boards as Turner has done all she can inside. Bonner finds it cutting. Thomas, but too strong. Petty left open. And leaves it short. Phoenix just 8 made threes tonight and are shooting 25% as a team from deep. Charles, the rookie, back out to Thomas. Has an angle. Floater won't go. And board number 21 for 21. Petty has it poked from behind. And Bonner had a last touch off her knee as Petty, with those quick hands, once again forced the turnover.
Talk about Shea Petty, star out of Temple, and for Shea, you know, having the opportunity here to really make an impact on this Phoenix squad in a short period of time.
Taurasi puts it in. Shaking her head as it's been a frustrating second half. But still coming up clutch with 1:40 to play. Heidemann uses the screen. Can't connect. Turner fighting for the rebound, and it's in the hands of Petty. Trying to fight for it. Moving it across the timeline, Diggins Smith opts to peel back out with 3 orange jerseys behind him. And a foul on the perimeter as the shot clock was under 5.
Taurasi trying to get the separation, working off of Vaughn and able to cut through as DeWanna Bonner was cut off on the play. That was enough for Big D. Her 5th 3 of the game.
Most made threes in the league this year. Her 26 to go, Diggins Smith's 31. Helping propel Phoenix to a 3-point advantage. 5 on the shot clock. Diggins Smith inside. Connects. Too cool, too easy for Skylar Diggins Smith.
No stopping 4 with only 1 speed to the rack. And getting it right off the glass for an easy 2, and now 33 on the night for Skylar Diggins Smith. She has accelerated this team from the beginning when they had that 22-point lead, and then she rejuvenated the team in the end to send this game into overtime.
She has had that look in her eye down the stretch, and what a week it has been in the WNBA. It started Sunday with Arike Agumbawale trailing by 3 in the final second, tied it against Washington. And what may be the difference, making or missing the playoffs, and Diggins Smith inside the half court, a buzzer. Even Jewel Lloyd Friday night against the Sparks. Her buzzer beater falling out of bounds in the corner to help the Storm beat the Sparks, and even tonight, the Storm and the Wings going to battle at the top of the next hour. We continue to ask ourselves, how do these players have anything left in the tank? But boy, Lee, it looks like we're just getting started with some of these clutch shots.
Well, and started, and again, this is a Phoenix team that only has 7 players. That game coming up at the top of the hour between Dallas and Seattle. Dallas needing a victory to keep their playoff hopes alive. They would knock out Atlanta with a win.
That big win Sunday in overtime against the Mystics have the Wings in the driver's seat for the number 8 seed, as they have 2 more games left after tonight. Final minute in overtime, a 5-point lead for Phoenix. Bonner can't hit. Jones's follow won't go. And a foul is called. The drama hitting a crescendo in Bradenton as every single possession is now magnified. And it's Brianna Jones, who has been huge down low tonight, earning a chance to get 2 points at the line, where she's 1 of 2 tonight. Vaughn and Turner each have 5 personals for Phoenix. A limited front court that doesn't have Nia Coffey or Alana Smith tonight. Those 2 have been monsters these last 7-8 games. A 2-possession lead for Phoenix. Petty drives inside and throws it away. Thomas, full head of steam, hits the front of the rim. Taurasi the rebound with the shot clock turned off, and is fouled by Bonner.
Thomas doing the right thing, going down right down the middle of the lane and just can't get it to fall. Taurasi looking up floor there to see what was going on. Diana Taurasi actually thought she had been fouled on the other trip down the floor.
You know she wants the ball in her hands. 91% foul shooter this year. The third most made free throws in the league. Ice in her veins as she's shown her entire career. Still a two-possession game though, but an uphill battle for Kurt Miller's Connecticut Sun as the Mercury have grinded out this game after squandering a 20-point halftime lead.
Finishing around the rim, you know, for Connecticut here in this final OT stretch has really been the difference. The ball's rolling off the rim, as they will obviously take the ball in the front court.
And remember, coming up, Dallas and Arike Agumbawale, the #1 scorer in the league, taking on the #1 defense in the league as Seattle allows 75 points per game. That coming up on CBS Sports Network at the top of the hour. Diggins Smith crossed the sideline on the inbound. Phoenix already had a delay of game warning tonight, so it results in a technical foul.
See Skylar's feet are on the line. Got to have that spacing.
Bonner makes the technical free throw.
Just to make things a little bit more interesting here.
Still a 5-point game with 15.4 to play. Bonner using precious time. Got it back from Thomas. Misses. Jones's follow. No, and the third try goes in. Too much time went off the clock. Petty in the backcourt. Thomas grabs her jersey with 2 seconds to play. And if Petty can go 1 of 2 at the line, she can secure the 13th win for Phoenix. Boy, do they have to earn it.
Oh, and you hit it on the head. Just way too much time coming off of the clock on that last opportunity by Connecticut.
Petty with big minutes tonight, especially in the fourth and overtime. Puts this one on ice. A 2-possession lead with 2 seconds left. And despite 10 third-quarter points, Phoenix puts up 100 and wins it in overtime. 195, our final score. The top-scoring duo in the WNBA put up 33 and 28 respectively. And it was Skylar Diggins-Smith who sent us to overtime with her clutch shot at the buzzer, but really, it was another fantastic all-around performance.
Yeah, definitely drove the bus from the beginning. With so many slicing cuts through the hoop. Helped Phoenix extend that 22-point lead and then accelerated them, as we mentioned, into overtime with that big bucket to send this one into OT for Phoenix.
And one final look at how she brought this game to overtime. We are now joined by Skylar Diggins-Smith after one heck of a performance. And Skylar, you had that look in your eye in the fourth quarter that you weren't going to let your team lose. What was your mindset those last 15 minutes of play?
I mean, they came out with a hell of a third quarter. You know, they cut our 20-point lead. They took the lead in that third quarter. So going into the fourth, we were down. We knew it was going to be a battle. I mean, we all fighting for something. So I thought we were able to lock it in the fourth. Obviously, a lot of things happened in the fourth. Was able to hit that shot to put us in overtime, and I thought we got some stops and was able to put it away in the OT.
Skylar, certainly as a leader of this team, you talked about resilience pregame today, and the team, as a unit, showed that resilience as you now think about the final game of the season and then headed to the playoffs next week.
Yeah, I mean, this season is all about grit. I mean, just it's so many factors that go into this season. You know, we're short, obviously. You know, we got people in and out, and every team is like that. So we have to have some resilience. I thought we showed great relentlessness and stick to it tonight against a great team like Connecticut, who, you know, popped us in the mouth in that third. So luckily we had that lead. We were able to kind of work with it, and in the end, we knew it was going to be a battle. We were happy we pulled it out.
Short of players, not short of hearts. Skylar, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on the win.
Right on.
What a shot by Skylar Diggins-Smith, trailing by 3 in the final seconds. Sometimes on a wing and a prayer, it works. 195, our final score. For Leah Secondo and our entire crew, I'm Sean Salisbury, saying goodnight from Braden.